Hey everyone, I'm Charita. Welcome to my channel. I share some useful information for students and young professionals. In this video, I'll share some practical tips with you and I hope they will change the way you see your financial situation and probably give you a better perspective. In this short video, I want to share with you more specific steps you need to know about money to create the life you want. What experts say personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% knowledge. That's why it's not about how much you earn, but it's about how much you keep. Most of the cases we learn about personal finance from our parents. However, that might not be good enough in today's world because most of our parents are also not formally educated on this particular subject. Money or personal finance is such an important thing which affects all of us, but most of us learn about it on trial and error method, same as our parents did. That's why more than 50% of the people in the world live paycheck to paycheck. They do not know how to pay outstanding loans, bills, or upcoming bills till they get their next salary. This is such a stressful situation to be in. So let's discuss what we can do to avoid this situation. Let me share with you 6 points to get better with your money management. Before you start, you need to write down them. Okay, let's say that you value peace of mind and need to pay off a loan with a higher interest rate. So that's the goal. To build a financial life around that goal, you'd probably want to keep your committed expenses as low as possible. Anything that increases your overheads increases the time for you to achieve your goal. Let's move to the next slide. Here we will go through each point one by one. First point, reality check. What you need to do here to know your own values and priorities. Think of money as a form of energy we direct toward the things that are important to us. When we are pretty clear about what's important to us, only we can organize money around them. Once you define your purpose, keeping your expenses as low as possible won't be a difficult task. Because you know, cutting your unwanted expenses, you are getting closer to the goal day by day. So, do a reality check and find out what are the most important values in your life. Make those the foundation of your financial plan. With your values at the center, it becomes easier to organize your other choices around them. Spend less than you make. It sounds simple, but in many cases it's easier said than done. Spending more than you make not only pushes you into a deeper financial hole, but it leads to stress. Your ability to save is not a function of how much you make. In case you didn't get that point, listen to it again. Because there are people who earn a million and spend a million leaving nothing for an emergency. So, again, I'm saying your ability to save is not a function of how much you make, it's a function of how much you spend. You can't get out of the burden of debt and achieve peace of mind until you consciously do something about it. Your starting point is to spend less than you make. Simple as that. Budget or budgeting. Nobody likes to talk about budgeting, especially those who are not into finance. But if we don't track our spending tends to get away from us very quickly. When it comes to budgeting, it's a pretty straightforward equation. We have receipts and we have payments. When our cash receipts are higher than our payments, we have a surplus. If our payments are higher than our receipts, we have a deficit. For most people, you have more control over spending than you have over your income. But if you want to have a control over your spending, you need to track your spending. That brings us to budgeting. Don't worry, there is nothing technical here. A budget has two essential elements. First, you got to write things down. If you are not tracking your expenditure, this is not gonna work. Just to understand this point, I'll share an example with you guys. Assume you need to reduce your weight by 15 kilos, and what happens to your target if you don't measure or monitor them regularly? It doesn't tend to go down. Instead, it tends to go up. The same thing happens to your bank account and expenses. If you don't monitor your bank balance, it tends to go down rather than up. If you don't keep an eye on things, they are typically going to go in a direction we don't want them to go. So, step 1 in budgeting, you got to write things down. Step 2, we've got to develop a plan. We've got to write that plan down. Remember, a plan that's not in writing is just a wish. We've got to have a plan to reduce our debt. We've got to have a plan to start saving. Saving for emergencies, saving for retirement, saving for investment, and building assets. Savings. Save little and often. A little money away each month is the way to go. Put it in a savings account. You start seeing something magical happen. With a little saving comes a little peace of mind. You are not only earning a return on your money, you are sleeping better at night. You are not going to get rich very quickly. However, long steady saving is how most people get wealthy. A basic savings account at a bank, that's good enough for most people to get started. Investing. This is an interesting area. However, be careful of complex investment schemes. Making a bad investment could lose all your hard earned savings. Well, once you put yourself in a position where you can start to save, please remember that if you are considering a personal investment plan and it gives super returns or unbelievable interest rates, it's almost certainly a bad idea. All these XYZ investment plans and coins not gonna work for you. If you don't understand and you don't have a control over it, don't put your money into a so-called get rich quick scams. As you may know, so many people around the world have lost their life savings to these get rich quick schemes. You don't want to be one of those people. The truth is, there is no shortcut to accumulating wealth. Invest in real estate, gold, high yield savings account, FDs, and especially if you are young, please invest in education and new skills. That's the best. Basically, you try to invest on assets, and assets bring cash. Discipline. All what we discuss can be achieved only if we discipline enough to follow the steps as a routine. Discipline is the cornerstone of financial freedom. Try to set up a routine that's short and simple enough for you to stick to. Even if it's just 30 minutes a week or 5 minutes a day, it would serve the purpose. You know, all doctors advise just 30 minutes of work every day can increase cardiovascular fitness and boost muscle power and also endurance. It can also reduce your risk of developing conditions such as heart diseases and type 2 diabetes. So, what would you do? Most of you certainly add 30 minutes of workout into your routine. Similarly, add 5 to 10 minutes a day to go through your finances. We almost came to the end of the video. In case you haven't started the journey of personal finance aspects such as budgeting, spending, savings, and investing, there is a great Chinese proverb to share with you. That is, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Maybe you are in your 20s or 40s or even 60s, it doesn't matter. Where are you in the journey? Yes, you can start today to build the financial life you want. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope these tips are helpful and kind of easy to follow for you guys. Since I started this channel, I've been posting videos about finance and money. Therefore, I decided to talk about basics of economy, cryptocurrencies, and professional accountancy courses like chartered accountancy, CIMA, CMA, and ACCA in upcoming videos. So please subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, please share with your friends. See you all and stay safe.